you'll be surprised that I was one of the people that he called. Mama Yarga had visited me then. He's alive, call him. When John called me, they've given me the opportunity to be the running mate, was a good thing.
The 2008 one?
Yes.
The Mills one?
Yes.
The one we showed up with Sankara announcing it.
And honestly,
he called you on the phone
put me on record that John didn't want to be a running mate. John wanted to be a president. There was a lot of talking that he took that opportunity. The opportunity was given to Alban Bagwin.
Oh, really?
To be the running mate for Mills.
This is the first time I'm hearing that.
Yes, and then Mama Yarga and Bagwin decided that since John was out of parliament, okay, they should give him the opportunity, and it took a lot of talking for John to accept being a running mate. So you're saying that Professor Mills preferred Alban Bagwin? That was the point. You know when it comes to choosing the NDC running mates, besides the candidate having that opportunity or that authority per our party constitution, there's always a collective consultation because of the blocks. Okay, people have blocks in the party, and that is where John failed in the year 2000 election that affected him.
2012.
No, I'm 16. Talking about 16.
Okay.
The choice of running mate that he chose.
No, Emisata was vice president.
Emisata, before late Atta Mills died, during his last days, that was a promise he made John to give to him that, look, when I'm no more, go with Atta Mills. That's how Atta Mills. That's how Emisata got the opportunity. Okay.
I've heard this story before.
I'm telling you,
I've heard this story from
I am speaking on authority.
That Professor Mills told John Mahama.
Yes, and when I'm no more,
for some reason I'm no more, go with Pakwesi.
Go with Pakwesi. Okay, and the reason was, it's a story by itself. Baba Kamara had done so much work for NDC to win power the year 2008. Okay.
Baba Kamara.
Yes.
Alhaji Kamara.
Yes. And he wanted the running mate slot because he had...
For himself?
Yes, because he had mobilized the resources, the bankroll, he had done a whole lot, okay? And it didn't work. For him, he and Mills, there was a rejection within the rank and file. So he brought Emisata as his friend. That is why in 2019, in 2019, if Emisata was alive, he would have been one of our presidential aspirant also contested.
Yeah, we heard that too.
Yes,
he was preparing to contest against John Mahama.
Yes, and that was Baba Kamara's baby. Okay.
No, so Emisata became governor of the central bank.
Yes.
Appointed by Mills.
Yes.
And you said that was because Baba Kamara had said, if I don't get the running mate, this is my man.
This is my man, because he had brought so much resources to the party then that he had a say-so. But unfortunately, the party structure, if they had accepted, Baba Kamara would have been the right person.
So who brought John Mahama to become? I know Mills was not for it.
Yes, it was Alban Bagwin and Mahama Yarga. He's still alive. They championed, and the rest of the MPs accepted, and then they rallied most of the northern stakeholders and what have you. That politics, 1 + 1 is never 2. 1 + 1 could be 10, and the momentum was so great that that's how John Mahama came.
All right, I see.
But you see,
that's an interesting story.
When President Atta Mills went with Martin Hamidu, okay, they were going with the party, those who were in line, who had the ambition of wanting to be president, who had worked through the rank and file. You remember, we are socialists. Okay, we don't go by the depthness of your pocket. Unlike today, they've derailed the face of the party, not be representing that it was. They didn't care whether your education, what you had, you worked through the bottom to the top. We are not looking at education. And unfortunately, that is why they also forgot that even though it wasn't about education, but you have to build people, unlike what the MPP does. They take people to school, they give them scholarships, they educate them, they build businessmen.
NDC does that too
NDP
now.
does. No,
NDC does it too.
And that is what has brought us this far. They forgot what brought them. You remember, Jerry John Rawlings had the hardcore cadre comradeship leadership.
Yes.
At Tamils, President John Dramani Mahama had the CPP.
Yes, correct.
So the CPC leadership, building assets, but you don't take care, you forget to take care of, pull the people along. Okay?
And I get the point you're making. Okay. That President Mahama suffered from a perennial CPP sickness.
Yeah, he didn't pull the
building people without checking.
Yes. And remember, Jerry John Rawlings was, if I don't eat, you don't eat. They shouldn't be poor, they shouldn't be rich. We should all be equal. We should share your fellow brother's problem. But when he came, it was more about, so Atta Mills has his style of leadership. He had the God-fearing thing. He made sure that he brought everybody, instead of keeping the power at the presidency. That's why the Ahoys became, if you go to the Ahoys, and then whatever instruction that they give, you didn't need to come to Atta Mills if you're a party member within the whole country that wanted something. The powers were shared. They were leadership at the regional balance power block, that if you went to them, that's how the power block became more stronger under Atta Mills. So when President John Dramani Mahama also took over, he also had his own style. He had to build his own people. He has to build his own terrain. He has to build, that is how every president, every president does, to be, and that your roots of building.
So where we are right now, what do you think President Mahama will do?
So where we are right now, after going with Martin Hamidou, it didn't work. Then they went with Mumuni. Mumuni too also brought a different direction, a different block on board. Okay, and as as we lost, John Dramani Mahama should have chosen the line, because he was jumping the line. He had the opportunity, so he should have joined, and that is how come, if you look at his loss from 2016 and 2020, it's an internal. He got the votes all right outside, okay?